3 legs, so I think will be no problem after a while for Nova.
Exactly. Such a cute little dog. An
Yes.
amazing survival story.
You ever lost a pet?
I think we've talked about this before.
Oh, well, go for it.
We lost but was found.
Oh,
Yes.
How long was it lost?
Not long, maybe a weekend.
Okay.
Yes. So
It
long
seemed
enough,
like a month, I'm sure.
Yes, for my mother especially. Yeah.
Okay. Well, nothing is sweeter than a reunion, so very good. Quick look outside. Hey, I'm going to get you ready for your Tuesday. It is chilly. It is foggy in places. Air is stagnant. A lot to talk about. That's next.
Plus, local law enforcement is partnering with other agencies around the region and the nation to make sure children are protected from predators online. And Columbia Basin College is being honored for its work serving the Hispanic community in the Tri-Cities. Good Morning Northwest continues right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
And I'm Jason Valentine. It is
Tuesday.
6. Oh. I was waiting for it to hit 6. It's exactly. A lot of alarms are going off right now.
Oh, I bet.
Throughout our areas. So good Tuesday morning. Good Tuesday morning, Riley.
Thank you, Jason.
And well, we've made it to Tuesday. Sometimes you just got to get up on Tuesday and just get going. And it's our last Tuesday of November. Yes. Goodness.
The month has gone by so fast.
December 1st is coming up on Friday, and it's going to feel like December for a bit because we have some rain turning to snow, it looks like, on Thursday evening. Let's take a look outside, and we have patchy fog for the Mid-Columbia. We have some fog, but not as thick for the Blue Mountain region. We do have a freezing fog advisory there until 10 a.m. So let's get you ready for the day. Look at Walla Walla. We've had a little bit of wind in Walla Walla, so conditions are improving there. Still 20% visibility in Pendleton, and we're holding on to 50 to 70% throughout the Mid-Columbia. So give yourself a little extra time. For Yakima, we do expect to see, again, quite a lot of cloud coverage. Really, it's more low-lying fog in the atmosphere. Just it's not going to let go. Since we have that air stagnation, we're kind of creating a dome above us, but it will be released by Thursday. We do have that air stagnation advisory. That's good at least until Thursday morning. Fog holding on, very chilly throughout our areas. We're barely getting above the freezing level, if that. Light snow expected as we get to Thursday night into Friday morning. Air stagnation, fog in some areas. Folks, we have a lot to talk about as we're ending up November here on Thursday. That's coming up in my first alert weather forecast in about 10 minutes.
An update on an Amber Alert out of West Richland. The West Richland Police Department announced Emma Louise Hall was found in King County. King County law enforcement is actively interviewing Roger Perez Osorio. Regional law enforcement agencies are working to bring Emma back to her family soon, and at this time there is no information on if anyone has been arrested in connection to this case. Local, state, and federal law enforcement are coming together in order to protect children from criminals who can act from anywhere through the internet. We take a look at a multi-agency task force focused on fighting internet crimes against children. Apple Valley News Now's Alyssa Warner reports.
You can't say any particular app is perfect and good, or any particular app is terrible and the worst one out there.
Damon Jansen is the Richland Police Department's Commander for Investigations and Southeast Region Internet Crimes Against Children, or ICAC, task force in the Tri-Cities. The task force brings together law enforcement officers from multiple agencies to investigate child sexual exploitation cases and prosecute the criminals responsible.
Typically what happens is a company will find some egregious materials that have come across their servers. They'll notify NCMEC, which is the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Seattle ICAC decides where they need to go and be investigated, and then we get our share of them down here in the Tri-Cities.
While law enforcement officers are working to track down criminals online, there are simple steps you can take to make sure the children in your life don't become victims.
If they're asking for an app, do some research on it. And then, if you do give them access to that app, stay engaged with them about that.
You can also set rules starting early, like banning phones from the bedroom, keeping doors open, and limiting access to the internet late at night. There are also parental controls that can help you monitor what your kids are up to online, but they're not foolproof.
The only thing that I've found that is foolproof is, parents being engaged with their kids and working through it together.
There's always a chance that even with the best safeguards in the world, someone will make a mistake.
They send a picture or they send a video doing an act that they normally wouldn't do, and now that person has that and can use that against them. They'll say, hey, send us more, or we're going to release this to your family. So what does a child do in that case? It's very difficult. Do you go to mom and dad and say, hey, this is what I did, please help me? Or do you just send more images and get further caught up in it? We want them to know that they're not alone. We can help out. What we would ask you to do is don't delete those images because it's evidence. Call the police department and we'll walk you through the steps.
You can also raise the alarm even if the child involved isn't yours.
If you see something of concern, report it. We never want to deter that, right? And when it comes to the most vulnerable of our population, we can be their voices. And so it's important for us to say something.
For Apple Valley News Now, I'm Alyssa Warner.
Keeping up with the internet is a challenge. Richland police say you can contact the ICAC task force to have someone speak with your organization about how to protect children online. That information is on our website, applevalleynewsnow.com. The Red Cross is helping a Walla Walla family after a fire broke out in their house on Thanksgiving Day. Fire crews from Walla Walla Fire Stations 1 and 2 were called to a home in the 600 block of Chase Avenue. Firefighters say flames and heavy smoke were coming from the basement. While everyone was able to evacuate, 2 people were taken to the hospital for smoke inhalation. Investigators say the fire started after materials were placed too close to a portable heater, and the estimated value loss is $100,000. Columbia Basin College announced it's been named as a Bellwether finalist and is competing in the 30th Annual Community College Futures Assembly in San Antonio in February. CBC is one of 10 finalists in the instructional programs and services category, specifically for its work with the math department at the college. In 4 years, strides have been taken to revamp the developmental math sequence, placement procedures, and introduction of intrusive advising, all in order to make improvements in the rates students successfully complete college-level math. The biggest focus was on closing the equity gap between Hispanic and non-Hispanic students.
Because we're a Hispanic serving institution, we always look at closing the equity gap, and so we've seen students in the Hispanic community go from around 13% success rate in the first year of completing math to 29%. So it's gone substantially higher too.
According to Rod Taylor, Dean for Math, Science, and Engineering at CBC, the equity gap between Hispanic and non-Hispanic students had significantly narrowed as well. Bellwether Award finalists are colleges who work on addressing critical issues facing community colleges through applicable research and the promotion and replication of best practices for workforce development, instructional programs and services, and planning, governance, and finance. Well, the Spud Nut Shop in Richland went into Small Business Saturday with the ambitious goal of selling 500 dozen Spud Nuts throughout the course of the day, and the shop announced that it did, in fact, make its goal. The shop's owners say 463 dozen pre-orders were sold and finished with a total of 502 dozen on Saturday. The money from those orders is being divided up among the 10 employees for a little extra money on this holiday season, and the shop says all of you made that possible. Jason Valentine returns now with a look at your morning weather forecast.
Welcome to your Tuesday morning. We have quite a lot going on. Foggy conditions in places. We also have stagnant air, and my goodness, do we have snow coming this week? All of your first alert weather forecasts coming right up.
Plus, seasonal affective disorder can be a real struggle for some this time of year. When we come back, we'll tell you what to look out for so you can help your loved ones.
Friday on Apple Valley News Now. It's the final Pac-12 championship game as 11-1 Oregon takes on the undefeated Washington Huskies. The Ducks, the Huskies, the Pac-12 championship, Friday at 5 on Apple Valley News Now.
Everybody in the Tri-Cities has been to a Hubby's Pizza Party, right? You haven't? Acquire the Hubby's habit and book your party today. Delicious, mouth-watering food made with only the freshest ingredients. It's party time at Hubby's Pizza. a hometown favorite for nearly 45 years. Book your party today.
Sleep Shop and Furniture has expanded. To celebrate, all living room furniture is up to 35% off. A queen-size gel mattress for only $399 on hand with immediate delivery. Up to 18 months seamless cash and no credit financing available. Quality furniture, affordable prices.
This may look like a holiday shopping showdown, but it's a Nissan sales event ad. Good thing my Rogue has intelligent all-wheel drive.
So does my Altima.
Get 2.9% financing for 60 months on Rogue, plus get up to $1,000 holiday bonus cash on popular models. Better hurry, these offers won't be back in stock.
Apple Valley Wine is your guide to our local viticulture and great vineyards. During the show, we hope to highlight some of the best and educate you on our amazing local wine industry.
Apple Valley Wine, Friday night at 9:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
Did you know Ustria Health has 3 full-time board-certified orthopedic surgeons? Pain in your hands, knees, hips, or shoulders can reduce your quality of life. Orthopedic doctors repair bone, joint, ligament, and tendon injuries, which can relieve debilitating pain. Our surgeons treat tendonitis and carpal tunnel, repair broken bones and fractures, and replace painful, worn-out joints, putting you back in motion. Ustria Health, exceptional rural health care close to home.
Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health. Learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Welcome back on this Tuesday morning. Well, seasonal affective disorder is a type of depression that can happen during the changing seasons. Most feel it in the fall and winter. Others may not even know they have it. Mandy Gaither tells us about 5 signs of this disorder and how you can cope.
The weather is changing. The days feel shorter. It's colder, more dreary, and getting darker earlier. These can all be triggers for seasonal affective disorder.
And it occurs in 1 to 10% of Americans. It's more common amongst females and people who live in colder climates.
Psychologist Susan Albers with Cleveland Clinic says this disorder is caused by a shift in the seasons, which disrupts our circadian rhythms with less sun exposure.
This in turn interrupts our natural internal clock. As a result, there is a drop in serotonin, which is a neurotransmitter that regulates our mood, as well as melatonin, which regulates sleep.
Albers says to watch out for 5 signs: feeling down or unmotivated, loss of interest in things you used to enjoy, shifts in appetite like eating more or craving carbohydrates, changes in sleep, usually sleeping too much, and loss of energy.
The symptoms are similar to depression, but they are much milder and they pass when the spring arrives.
Albers says light lamps can help. They mimic outdoor light. She recommends 20 minutes each morning. Since you're not getting as much vitamin D from the sun, eat foods rich in it. Albers suggests salmon, mushrooms, eggs, fortified bread, and milk. And finally, try cognitive behavioral therapy.
This will help to change some of the negative thoughts you're having during the winter months, as well as establish healthy routines around sleeping and eating.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
And according to Albers, if you're having trouble with daily routines because of seasonal affective disorder, you can reach out to your doctor or a mental health professional. Coming up, tense moments for passengers on a Southwest Airlines flight after a passenger escaped from the plane's emergency door. And I'll return with your first alert weather forecast. Let me get you ready for your Tuesday. We got more fog, stagnant air, and snow this week. All of your forecasts coming up next.
No matter what your children's dreams might be, or how often they might change, with the Get College Saving Program, you can start saving for the future. Don't borrow your children's future. Build it at 529.wa.gov.
You wouldn't buy a car without a test drive.
So why buy a mattress in a box from an online marketing company without ever knowing if it's right for you?
Don't go through the hassle of returning a mattress when you can get it right the first time.
Mattress Depot USA has top quality mattresses that you can actually touch and feel.
Made by local manufacturers
You're gonna love our prices.
and same-day delivery. Try getting that online.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
So who's waking up with America's favorite morning show this week? Well, how about Jennifer Garner live, Niecy Nash live, Julianne Moore live, plus the Golden Bachelor himself in an all-new interview. What will Gary say now? All this week on
Good Morning America.
Sundown M Ranch promotes patient-centered integrated care that focuses on the mind, body, and spirit. At Sundown M Ranch, the patient is the reason we are here. We take pride in our reputation of assisting individuals and family members through a difficult process with compassion, respect, and confidentiality.
Sundown M Ranch saved my life.
Last month, I celebrated 31 years of sobriety.
Sundown M Ranch. Today is the first day of the rest of your life.
No matter what your children's dreams might be, or how often they might change, with the Get College Saving Program, you can start saving for the future. Don't borrow your children's future, build it at 529.wa.gov.
It's a different kind of shooting range in the wilds of North Idaho.
We have a 3D archery range that is a trail through the woods. It's about a mile long.
Fly the Northwest.
We've got a 50-yard range, a 100-yard range, and a 200-yard range.
Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight.
Next ET. Hi, I'm Rob Lowe, and this is my ET retrospective.
Rob's epic Hollywood career.
Wow, that's really mortifying.
Uncensored. Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now. The best way to end your day.
That is good TV.
Friends, tonight at 11:05.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Tuesday morning, everyone. Hope you're enjoying it so far. We have more fog, though it is a little less than we saw yesterday. We do have a freezing fog advisory for the Blue Mountain region. If you're headed to Portland as well, you'll see it right around the Dalles. That's until 10 o'clock this morning. We also have visibility improving in Walla Walla, especially 80% visibility there. Still 20% visibility in Pendleton, and still hampered visibility for much of the Mid-Columbia. So give yourself a little extra time. Keep an eye out for that fog. Also, air stagnation advisory. That's good until 11 a.m. on Thursday. We're keeping an eye on our air quality, so hanging where it has been, just right between good and moderate. Hopefully it doesn't get any worse before we get out of this air stagnation, but if you are susceptible to air quality issues, do take note. So winds, we are seeing just a little bit of wind, Walla Walla. Other than that, nominal wind throughout our areas. We do expect to see those light winds to continue, and that makes sense with the air stagnation advisory until we get to Thursday afternoon, but changes are afoot as we get to Thursday afternoon. I'll get to that in a bit. Current temperatures, hotspot 31 in Hermiston, 23 in Prosser. We are below the freezing mark. It is chilly out there, and we're going to see even cooler temperatures as we move along in our work week. But by Friday, we start to warm up, and we're going to continue to warm up. We're 10 degrees below our average for the next few days. We'll be 10 degrees above our average by Monday. So things are going to switch on a dime as we get to Thursday into Friday. Radar, we are free and clear above us, but with all the fog and the stagnation, kind of a dome is above us, and it's going to be hard to see some sunshine. Even though it is clear above us, we do expect to see, again, not much sun breaking through until we get to, well, maybe Thursday, but there's Thursday, and look at the snow in the mountainous areas. We do expect to start with rain, then it will change into snow, light snow as we get to the evening hours. This is on the edge of our future cast, so we'll have much more tomorrow. But again, this rain will change into snow and then change to rain-snow mix to rain as we get to Friday. So expect some light snow. Shouldn't be too much accumulation, but still snow nonetheless. Friday morning could be very slick. So today we are looking at mid to upper 30s in the Kittitas and Yakima Valley areas. Mid-Columbia, mid to lower 30s. Look at Connell at 31, and over in the Blue Mountain region, mid to lower 30s. So for our 7-day forecast, in those mid to upper 30s through Friday, and then warmer as we get to our weekend and our next work week. Again, late p.m. rain turning to snow, then turning to rain-snow mix to rain on Friday, and then plain old rain for your weekend. But slick conditions are expected. In the Tri-Cities area, same story, just very chilly for the next couple of days, and then quite a bit of shower activity on the way in. Walla Walla right there as well. So we do have a warming trend on our way as we get to our weekend and our next work week, but we are going to be downright chilly as we count down the days towards December on Friday. So for today, foggy conditions off and on for Mid-Columbia and the Blues. We do expect to see that dome air stagnation, so we shouldn't see too much sun today, but by Thursday, we do expect again rain turning into snow in the evening.
A new analysis and maps from an NOAA climate scientist shows snowfall is declining all over the world. Scientists blame rising temperatures from human-caused climate change. They say a warmer world means precipitation is more likely to fall as rain than snow. According to the data, there's been a 2.7% decline in annual global snowfall since 1973. It's most notable in the area north of the tropics and south of the Arctic, where most of the world's population resides. And while we might be seeing extreme winter storms in some areas, scientists warn that will decrease as the years go on. A major concern from this trend is the impact on water supplies from snowpack melting. 4 environmental groups are suing the National Park Service to stop it from replanting trees destroyed by fires. It started as a lawsuit 3 groups filed in September to try to stop the Park Service from cutting trees at Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Parks in California. NPS officials wanted to cut and burn trees to reduce fuel for future fires. The John Muir Project joined the lawsuit earlier this month and amended it to try to stop park rangers from planting new trees in the same areas. The plaintiffs say the sequoia groves need high-intensity fires to reproduce. They allege interfering with the ecosystem is a violation of the 1964 Wilderness Act. NPS says it's concerned wildfires in 2020 and 2021 killed too many trees for the forests to be able to regenerate on their own. President Biden will miss the opening of the Global Climate Summit in Dubai this week. Instead, Special Envoy John Kerry and White House Climate Advisor Ali Zaidi will be attending, among other U.S. leaders. The annual UN Climate Summit includes nearly 200 countries. President Biden has attended the past 2 years. It's unclear whether he'll participate virtually this year. Climate change has been a key issue for the president going into the 2024 election, especially among young voters. When questioned, the White House denied that the Israel-Hamas conflict has anything to do with Biden's announced absence in Dubai. It also pointed to Biden's commitment to a climate agenda. And Biden isn't the only major world leader skipping the summit. Chinese President Xi Jinping is also not expected to attend. The two countries recently announced a major climate agreement to jointly reduce their planet-warming pollution. Now to new details about a big scare for passengers on a flight leaving New Orleans for Atlanta when a man jumped out of the plane. Here's ABC's Rhiannon Alley.
Go y'all, go y'all. Passengers in New Orleans were rushing to get off this Southwest Airlines flight just before it was supposed to take off. Authorities say a man opened the emergency exit and jumped onto the wing.
We got a situation here. We had a passenger decide to go ahead and jump out the emergency exit.
In this photo from journalist Tim Chernow, you can see the open emergency door above the wing. Video from inside the terminal shows the man being eventually pulled out of a service truck on the tarmac, ground personnel holding him until police arrived.
Wait, what? Someone jumped off?
The flight was still preparing to depart for Atlanta when passengers were told to get off.
Everyone was overwhelmed. The anxiety, the panic, the hysteria, you could feel it.
Amara Blythe was on the plane. She says rumors about what was left behind in the man's carry-on caused panic and chaos.
People ultimately were trampled. People were injured trying to exit the plane.
Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
Authorities say they believe the man suffered a mental health emergency. He was hospitalized for evaluation. When we return on Good Morning Northwest, today is Giving Tuesday. When many charities encourage people to make donations, and sorting through which ones are legitimate is not always easy. We'll tell you what to look out for next.
If you missed out on getting a McRib in the past, here's your chance to get one before you miss out again. The McRib returns. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
At US Cellular, anyone can get any phone free. So give yourself a free phone.
She's here.
Then give yourself the gift of not checking it. The gift of connection at US Cellular. New and current customers get any phone free.
More turkey than you can handle? Cut the calories and shop the extended Black Friday super sale at Furniture Row. That's more days to find huge savings store-wide. More days to shop special purchases. And best of all, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. And decorating your entire home just got easier with 4 years, no interest financing. But hurry, the extended Black Friday super sale at Furniture Row ends Thursday.
For 25 years, you have chosen Smart Law as your legal team. Times may change, but our commitment to you remains the same. We believe everyone has the right to exceptional legal representation. From all of us at Smart Law, we thank you for your trust and will continue to serve and fight for our clients and their loved ones. Smart Law, smart choice.
Thursday night, it's the big finale of The Golden Bachelor. Make plans to be at Twig's Bistro and Martini Bar as Apple Valley News Now hosts the official Golden Bachelor watch party. Awesome food and drinks, plus enter to win great prizes as the first season of The Golden Bachelor wraps up. It's the official Golden Bachelor watch party, Thursday night at Twig's Bistro and Martini Bar in Columbia Center. From Twig's Bistro and Martini Bar, Active for Life, and Apple Valley News Now.
If something's missing in your morning without a McDonald's breakfast, then try a new bagel sandwich. With fluffy egg, melty cheese, and your choice of a steak patty with grilled onion, or bacon, or sausage, well, those will fill the void deliciously. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
E.T. and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Extra, extra.
Welcome back on this Tuesday morning. Well, people tend to be very generous around the holidays, but there are those who will take advantage of others' generosity. ABC's Melissa Adon tells us how to make sure your donation makes it into the right hands.
Requests for donations at this time of year can sometimes be overwhelming, but there are things you can do to give yourself confidence in an organization you're thinking about donating to.
The first step that you can take is just make sure that it is a valid 501c3 nonprofit. That's the tax code for the IRS in regards to public charities. And so you want to make sure, again, that they are who they say that they are.
Websites like Charity Navigator have information about different charities' programs and how the donations they receive are being used. Experts say there are red flags to watch out for so you don't get scammed.
If it's really high pressure, they're contacting you by email or phone or text message, and you've never engaged with them before, that's typically where you're seeing scams pop up.
Potential donors should also beware of charities that have similar names to legitimate charities that you're already familiar with.
You may think that you're connecting to one organization that you know and love, but it could actually be another organization that you don't know and love, or somebody that's actually presenting to be that organization.
How a charity asks you to donate can also be a warning sign.
Certainly, if you're receiving outreach from an individual and they're asking you to send a gift card or cryptocurrency, those are also red flags as well.
Also, consider charities near where you live so you can evaluate their impact more easily.
Look for organizations that are in your community that, again, have a proven track record, that have been around, that have good trust indicators in regards to testimonials of the people that they serve. They're able to clearly articulate their mission.
Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Coming up, the truce between Hamas and Israel has been extended as the two continue to exchange prisoners. That's next on Good Morning Northwest.
Vegas action is closer than you think.
The fun is waiting for you at Nob Hill Casino. Come in and pull up a chair at your choice of blackjack, pai gow, heads up hold'em, or high card flush, and play with the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club to take your game to the next level and earn rewards for food, bowling, prizes, and cash. There's always a spot for you at Nob Hill Casino, where the locals play.
There's challenges, and I love overcoming challenges.
When Better Money Habits content first started coming out, it expanded what I could do. For Special Olympics athletes with developmental needs,
thousands of Bank of America employees like Scott spend countless hours volunteering to teach people how to reach their financial goals.
It felt good. It felt like I could take on the whole world.
What would you like the power to do?
Looking for Santa Claus? He's here with us at Queensgate Gardens. Visit us today for your best selection of Christmas trees and wreaths. For this season's holiday cheer, bring your family and find the perfect tree. Customize your own wreath and pick out locally grown poinsettia. Visit us at Queensgate Garden today.
Are you spending too much time in the bathroom? After years of straining and pushing due to an enlarged prostate, your bladder loses its flexibility and strength. And none of these common prostate supplements do anything for the bladder problem. Only all-new Ideal Prostate Plus supports both the prostate and the bladder. Call now to find out how you can get your risk-free bottle of Ideal Prostate Plus, a free bottle of Ultimax, and our comprehensive guide to prostate and bladder health. Try Ideal Prostate Plus for a full 30 days, and if it doesn't help you sleep through the night, reduce urgency, frequency, and that humiliating dribbling and leaking, just return the unused portion and your credit card will never be charged for the product. That's how sure we are it's going to work for you.
I don't worry about if there's a bathroom nearby. I'm getting a good night's sleep. Oh, it's amazing.
Call 1-800-547-1228.
Whether you're an active person that wants extra supplemental movement, maybe you want to keep your legs active while you work, or you wish to support your therapy at home, or you just want to build strength, increase your mobility, flexibility, and boost your circulation, Ellipse was made for you. Power-assisted exercise that frees your mind to enjoy your favorite seated activities. Just plug it in, place your feet, select your speed, and relax. Ellipse does all the work for you. Call now and order Ellipse.
Something.
Here we go.
Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health. Learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
A shooting range in the forest. Fly the Northwest tonight.
The humanitarian pause in the Middle East has been extended as more people are reunited with their families. And former President Trump is asking a New York appeals court to continue the pause in the gag order against him after threats were made against the judge and clerk presiding over the case.
And we have air stagnation, foggy conditions, and possible snow to talk about this week. I'll get you prepared in my first alert weather forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
And I'm Jason Valentine. Welcome to Tuesday. Good morning, Riley.
Good morning, Jason.
And freezing fog. So we have freezing fog again in many of our areas, mid-Columbia and especially in the Blues. Folks seem to think that when the freezing fog gets out there, crystals do fall from the sky. So they're thinking, oh, is it snowing? No, that is not snow. That is just freezing fog. But we do have snow possibly on the way. Yikes, as we end November on Thursday. Let's take a look outside. We do have some patchy fog, mid-Columbia, a little bit more thicker fog for the lovely Blue Mountain region. We do have a freezing fog advisory through 10 a.m. in the Blues, and I do expect this fog, just like yesterday, to stick around as we do have also an air stagnation advisory. Visibility most hampered in Pendleton at 20%. We have 80% Walla Walla, Yakima, between 50 and 70% for the mid-Columbia. So give yourself a little extra time this morning. So we are going to be seeing, I don't think, too much sunshine. Now we have clear skies above us, but we have this air stagnation kind of creating a dome around our areas, and we're not going to be seeing much sunshine. This air stagnation is going into Thursday. Also, our highs today, mid to lower 30s. Folks, it is going to be downright chilly. And we have PM snow to talk about as we get to Thursday. So let me get you updated on all of that, including a sneak peek at your weekend. We do have warmer temperatures there. That's my first alert weather forecast coming up in about 10 minutes.
Turning to the Middle East, where Israel and Hamas have agreed to extend their 4-day ceasefire for 2 more days. So far, Hamas has released 69 hostages taken from Israel in exchange for Israel releasing 150 Palestinian prisoners. The extended wartime pause will potentially allow for more hostage releases and more humanitarian aid to reach Gaza. ABC's Justin Finch is tracking developments from Washington, D.C.
Another breakthrough in the Middle East. Israel and Hamas agreeing to 2 more days of a ceasefire, raising hopes for more scenes like this. Hamas video showing gunmen handing off 11 hostages taken from Israel to Red Cross vans after 52 days in captivity. Emotions flooding families of hostages the moment they learned their relatives were released. The initial 4-day pause in fighting saw Hamas release 69 hostages, Israel releasing 150 Palestinian prisoners, the Biden administration touting that ceasefire extension and noting potential risks.
Any pause in the fighting could benefit your enemy in terms of time to refit, to rest your fighters, to rearm them, re-equip them.
The White House says up to 9 Americans remain held captive. 4-year-old U.S.-Israeli citizen Abigail Edan, the first and only American released during that initial ceasefire. Her family now with her at a children's hospital after her parents were killed during the Hamas October 7th Israel attack.
We can try and start healing our hearts because we couldn't do it until she didn't came back.
In the West Bank, crowds filling the streets of Ramallah, celebrating the release of dozens of Palestinian prisoners. Isra Jabis returning home to hugs from her mother and family, and some relief amid devastation in Gaza. A United Nations convoy arriving to Al Ali Hospital, delivering emergency medical kits, IV drips, and much-needed supplies.
President Biden saluting the leaders of Egypt, Israel, and Qatar on extending the ceasefire and saying the U.S. plans to surge more aid into Gaza and will continue working to free all Hamas-held hostages. Idaho is asking the Supreme Court to allow its strict abortion law to go into effect while the appeals process plays out. The state's Defense of Life Act is a near total ban on abortion and also prosecutes doctors who perform the procedure. However, the only exception is if the life of the mother is at risk. The Justice Department sued Idaho and claimed that a provision of a federal Medicare statute preempts the state law in emergency rooms. That federal provision requires hospitals to provide stabilizing treatment in emergency situations. A district judge blocked the abortion ban from being enforced in emergency medical situations last year. A federal appeals court put that ruling on hold pending appeal, but that hold was later lifted. Donald Trump is urging a New York appeals court to continue to pause the gag order against him in his civil fraud trial. The New York Attorney General's office and the court want the gag order back in place. They made that request last week after what they describe as a rise in serious and credible threats that have been made against Judge Arthur Engoron's chambers. But the former president and his attorneys believe threats to the judge and his principal law clerk do not justify limiting the former president's constitutional right to defend himself. Trump's attorneys wrote in Monday's filing, Trump has never threatened the judge or his clerk and say he cannot be held responsible for the actions taken by others. Trump's legal team argues it is his First Amendment right to call out his perception of bias by the judge and his law clerk. Jason Valentine returns now with a look at your morning weather forecast.
Folks, we have a lot to talk about. We have fog, air stagnation, and yes, snow is in the forecast. Let me get you prepared. My first alert weather forecast that's coming right up.
Plus, fans of The Dude, get ready as 250 pieces of memorabilia from The Big Lebowski will be auctioned off next month.
Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1. From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
Atomic Health pays me to do the in-home, I guess, nursing or the things I do to help out, so we don't need a nurse. Meds, cooking, cleaning, getting him to doctor's appointments, picking up prescriptions, whatever else needs to be done. So at least once a month or whenever I need her, Sarah or whatever nurse is available comes to our house. If I have a worry that I'm not sure if he needs to go to the doctor, she comes and advises me and does an assessment and tells me if there's anything I need to do different, or I don't know that I could do this without him.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not.
Come see Kimberly Perry of the Grammy Award-winning trio The Band Perry live in concert. Friday, January 12th, Legends Casino Hotel Toppenish. Hear hits like If I Die Young and Better Dig 2, as well as new music from Kimberly's new solo EP, Super Bloom. Buy your tickets now at Ticketmaster and Legends Casino Gift Shop. Don't miss Kimberly Perry at Legends Casino Hotel Toppenish, Friday, January 12th.
This may look like a holiday shopping showdown, but it's a Nissan sales event ad. Good thing my Rogue has intelligent all-wheel drive.
So does my Altima.
Get 2.9% financing for 60 months on Rogue, plus get up to $1,000 holiday bonus cash on popular models. Better hurry, these offers won't be back in stock.
They took a good person and broke their heart. I can't get it out of my head, and I don't think I will ever get it out of my head. The look on her face.
It's a different kind of shooting range in the wilds of North Idaho.
We have a 3D archery range that is a trail through the woods. It's about a mile long.
Fly the Northwest.
We've got a 50-yard range, a 100-yard range, and a 200-yard range.
Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight.
When we make each other coffee in the morning, it's a little too much cream, right?
Yeah. I don't want a milkshake.
Next live, Jennifer Garner plus Ryan Gumbel.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back, everyone. Here's a chance to grab some stuff that might really tie your room together. Julien's Auctions and Turner Classic Movies are teaming up to auction off 250 items from the 1989 film The Big Lebowski.
Including in the offering are the t-shirt and bathrobe that Jeff Bridges wore, sunglasses, and a bowling ball signed by the dude himself. Items are expected to sell for $500,000 to $50,000. That robe, it might fall apart, but it's going to get a high price.
Definitely. Bridges says he's happy fans can get a piece of the film, and the 73-year-old actor said earlier this year he'd be open to a Lebowski sequel.
The auction will take place in Beverly Hills and online December 16th. It honors the 25th anniversary of the cult movie. Riley, that begs the question, of any movie ever, what memorabilia would you like?
That's a good question. You've seen in interviews how actors sometimes will say, like,
they'll steal something from the set.
They'll steal something from set. Robert Downey Jr. stole the Avengers A, or he was given it. I'm unsure, but
he probably stole it.
I would assume. But that would be a fun. It's massive.
Yes,
but that would be a fun piece of memorabilia.
I love that. I thought you'd want something from like one of the wands from the Harry Potter series.
It's a good one too.
Yes, I would love it. And like Darth Vader's helmet, the original helmet with the red goggles instead of black goggles that they had later. Anyways,
I assume all of these would go for lots and lots and lots of money.
Yes, we'd have to win the lottery to get those. Quick look outside. We have a lot of changes on the way this week, but we're dealing with fog again this morning and stagnant air. That's next to my First Alert weather forecast.
And today, former presidents and all living former First Ladies are expected to say a final goodbye to former First Lady Rosalynn Carter. That's next on Good Morning Northwest.
Don't wait. Get Black Friday prices all month long now at Mattress Depot USA. Plus, get 0% financing for 5 years or pay just $39 down and get 100 days same as cash.
Mattress Depot USA.
Ooh, the DQ Cheeseburger Lovers deal is back. 2 single cheeseburgers for only $5, or 2 double cheeseburgers for just $7? For real? Oh, tell me it's as good as it looks. Deal this good speaks for itself, I guess. But you better get it before it's gone. DQ, happy tastes good.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right, all year round. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months, plus save up to $800.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
Friday on Apple Valley News Now. It's the final Pac-12 championship game as 11-1 Oregon takes on the undefeated Washington Huskies. The Ducks, the Huskies, the Pac-12 championship, Friday at 5 on Apple Valley News Now.
Next Extra.
My name is Willy Wonka.
Timothée Chalamet's whirlwind tour as Wonka. We're in London with the star, his transformation into the iconic role, and the sweet support from Kylie. Next Extra.
Tonight at 7:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
In the heart of Tri-Cities wine country, you'll find the Goose Ridge Richland Tasting Room. Located in the center of our vineyards is an opportunity to enjoy life through wines, hard ciders, Monson Ranch spirits, light bites, and live music at Goose Ridge. More than you'd expect, more than just a winery.
Pasco's Winterfest activities are back, starting with the Candy Cane Scavenger Hunt December 4th to 7th. And don't miss free movies at Pasco's Fairchild Cinemas. Then bring out the whole family for winter memories of music, kids' games, crafts, food vendors, activity booths, photos with Santa, and of course, the exciting holiday tree lighting. Join us December 9th from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. at Peanuts Park Pasco, 109 South 4th Avenue.
From Washington Broadband, where we construct high-speed internet, fiber, cable, and wireless all year round. From us to you,
Merry Christmas! Feliz Navidad!
This holiday season, think big.
and shop small.
Please support the small businesses in our community.
It never hurts to shop local.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Tuesday morning, everyone. We are seeing first light, still foggy conditions for much of our areas, and we have air stagnation, so that means we're not going to be seeing much sunshine, kind of a dome around us. I'll get to that in a bit. Freezing fog advisory for the Blue Mountain region again this morning. I expect it to occur again tomorrow and again on Thursday. That's till 10 o'clock this morning. Let's take a look at our visibility. Still 20% in Pendleton, 30% in Prosser. Other than that, we're between 60 and 80% for most of our cities. So give yourself a little extra time. Still much nicer in Walla Walla this morning. Air stagnation advisory, that's good till 11 a.m. on Thursday. So that means we are not going to see much sunshine, as we're going to see pretty much, it'll look like cloudy conditions due to kind of a dome from the air stagnation. But that will cause also not great air quality at times. So if you are susceptible to air quality issues, do take care. Tri-Cities, Toppenish right now, Hanford and Hermiston has moderate air quality. So we're looking at winds, and winds are staying light, and we're expecting winds to stay extremely light for the next couple of days. They'll start to pick up on Thursday, start to get some fresh air into our areas, and then quite a lot of wind on our weekend. And that will be warming things up and also be bringing in some wetness from the west. That includes some snow at times. Current temperatures 31 in Hermiston down to 23 in Prosser. All spots in between for the rest of our areas, but below the freezing mark across the board. And look at these temperatures. We're going to be 10 degrees below our average through Thursday, and then 10 degrees above our average on Monday. So warmer temperatures starting this weekend are on the way. So our first Monday of December will be very warm. Above us, mostly clear skies, but again, most likely you won't be seeing any sunshine today. Our futurecast, so we do expect to see more and more clear skies, mostly in our overnight period through Wednesday. But as we get to Thursday, we have a system coming in from the west. We have snow in the mountains. Could be significant there, but our areas, we're just going to see a little bit of rain turning into snow later on. Now, this is at the edge of our futurecast. We do expect this rain to change in the chance of snow, 40% chance into Friday morning. Then we'll transition from snow to rain again. So it shouldn't be much on the ground, but still we're looking at snow on the way. So temperatures for our highs today, mid to upper 30s for the Kittitas and Yakima Valley areas. Over in the mid-Columbia, mid to lower 30s. Look at Connell at 31. That's our cool spot. And 33 Walla Walla, 35 for Pendleton. 7-day forecast, we're going to remain very chilly through Thursday, even Friday for Yakima. Warming up, though, into our next work week. Keep an eye out for that late snow on Thursday into Friday morning. For the Tri-Cities area, right around the freezing mark through Thursday. Then we'll get that release from the air stagnation. Friday morning could be very slick conditions, so do be prepared for that. But warmer temperatures and wet conditions for your weekend. Walla Walla, goodness, more fog is on the way. So for your day today, air stagnation advisory, so air quality won't be great, but that also means we're not going to see much sunshine as the pressure from above keeps pushing down the atmosphere. So we're not going to see much sunshine, and we're going to be seeing cool temperatures through Thursday. And remember, we have that chance of seeing some snow as we get to Thursday evening.
We turn now to the memorial service being held today for Rosalynn Carter. Former presidents and first ladies, even country music stars, are set to attend. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has more.
This morning, a final goodbye to former First Lady Rosalynn Carter. President Biden and the First Lady, along with former President Clinton and all living former First Ladies, are expected to attend today's service in Atlanta. It follows yesterday's procession. Miss Carter carried away in a casket, well-wishers lining the streets of Americus, Georgia.
Ready, step.
The procession moving 3 hours north to the Carter Center for a ceremony paying tribute to Miss Carter's humanitarian legacy.
When asked what she wanted to be remembered for, she said, "I would like to think that people understood that I took advantage of the opportunities that I was given, and I did the best that I could." And I have to say, Mrs. Carter did more than that.
She'll also be remembered for the small things, how she and her husband lived simple lives in a small home with old kitchen appliances they refused to replace. Her grandkids say she still washed her plastic food bags, using them until they broke.
They did the things that they did in their lives, but they came back to this place where they lived and loved, and they didn't change.
In their last moments together, we've learned former President Carter ordered his bed facing hers, not side to side, so he could talk and see his wife's face. President Carter is reportedly determined to attend the tribute service for his wife today.
He is 99 years old and is currently still in hospice care at his home. He is so determined. He had a new suit made because his old one didn't fit.
We'll be right back with the morning sprint and a final check on your forecast, but first a look at what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, a glimmer of hope in the mystery dog illness.
We're just so grateful we still can't believe he's still here.
John and Becky Oliver say their 5-year-old golden retriever, Ike, first got sick in September while on the road competing in dog shows.
When they took his temperature at the emergency vet hospital in Arizona, they said his fever was 105.3. His color wasn't good.
Ike developed pneumonia and spent 3 days in the hospital before the family moved him to a vet clinic closer to home.
My son was in the back seat holding oxygen to the dog's face for like 6 hours driving across the desert. It was really stressful.
The family bracing for the worst when Becky says she got a message from a woman in the dog show community about a potential treatment. And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on Ike's road to recovery and whether this treatment could help other dogs like him. With your GMA First Look, I'm Will Reeve, ABC News, New York.
travel, there is nothing like it.
Dancing is my passion.
But with my moderate to severe eczema, it hasn't always been easy.
I was constantly itching.
Whatever I was doing.
Now I'm staying ahead of my eczema.
There's a power inside all of us to live our passion. And Dupixent works on the inside to help heal your skin from within. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema, so adults can have long-lasting, clearer skin and fast itch relief. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor.
Healing from within is a powerful thing.
Ask your eczema specialist how Dupixent can help heal your skin from within.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time right now is 6:54. We're going to get to your first alert forecast in just a moment, but we begin with a look at this morning's top stories. An update on an Amber Alert out of West Richland. The West Richland Police Department announced Emma Louise Hall was found in King County. King County law enforcement is actively interviewing Roger Perez Osorio. Regional law enforcement agencies are working to bring Emma back to her family soon. At this time, there's no information on if anyone has been arrested in connection to this case. The Richland Police Department is partnering with regional agencies and federal law enforcement to protect children from sexual abuse and exploitation by online predators. Richland Police lead the Southeast Region Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force, or ICAC, in the Tri-Cities. RPD reps say partnering with other law enforcement agencies helps them cast a wider net when responding to this type of crime. Columbia Basin College has been named a bellwether finalist and will compete in the 30th Annual Community College Futures Assembly in San Antonio. CBC is one of the 10 finalists in the Instructional Programs and Services category, specifically for its work with the math department at the college. In 4 years, strides have been taken to revamp the system in order to improve students' college-level math completion rates, focusing on closing the equity gap between Hispanic and non-Hispanic students.
More fog between a lot of our areas, starting to get a little bit thicker for the mid-Columbia, and we're already seeing fog for the Blue Mountain region. We do have a freezing fog advisory for the Blue Mountain area till 10 a.m. I expect that to pop up tomorrow and most likely Thursday morning as well. We also have visibility 20% for Pendleton. Other than that, we're looking better, still getting a little worse in Prosser, 40% there, Walla Walla 80%, but could get worse before it gets better. Air stagnation through Thursday morning. That means we're not going to see much sunshine as we're kind of socked in with, again, all of this bad, not great air. And we're kind of right between good and moderate air quality so far. Could get worse as we move towards Thursday. And again, we're keeping an eye on Toppenish, Tri-Cities, Hermiston. Hopefully will not get worse than the moderate air quality we're seeing right now. So as we're looking at winds, again, light winds today, tomorrow, and early on Thursday. We'll see winds start to pick up this weekend as we warm up and get wet. That also means possibility of seeing some snow late on Thursday evening. So on our temperatures, we're still below the freezing mark for all of our areas. A very chilly morning. Radar above us, it is clear, but we wouldn't know it due to all of this air stagnation and foggy conditions. So our highs today, we're in the mid to upper 30s, Yakima, Kittitas County. For the mid-Columbia, mid to lower 30s, especially our cool spot, Connell 31. And in the Blue Mountain region, mid to lower 30s as well. We're going to remain around these temperatures for the next couple of days, but we'll be in the lower 50s to upper 40s by next week. Back to you.
Thanks for waking up with us and watching Good Morning Northwest. GMA is next, and your local news is back tonight at 5.